First of all, thank you for taking your time out of your Cosmos 2024 schedule and joining us for this video series with Cosmos Hub. I think to begin with, it'll be great if you can give us a quick introduction about you, what you're building and what's your role.
Of course. So I have a long Cosmos story. I joined Cosmos about 4 years ago when me and my validator, Citadel.one, kind of discovered the Cosmos ecosystem, and we joined as a validator, one of the first testnets. I fell in love with the modularity of Cosmos because back in today's, I guess it was not a thing at all, and Cosmos was just such a niche thing. So over years, I really bonded with the community and I built my personal portfolio around ATOM a lot. And then 2 years ago, DAO just appeared and I joined with the thing in mind just to make ATOM great again, make good things happen for Cosmos Hub, because over time it kind of lost its prevalence on the market. So yeah, that's my Cosmos journey in short.
Why did you choose to build on Cosmos and not like its other peer blockchain ecosystems?
Why Cosmos? I think the tech is just really beautiful. So one thing, someone reminded me yesterday, we were just like chit-chatting, and they call this scaffolding basically. So you can build anything with Cosmos and it will work perfectly. We all survived the Terra crash, everything was on fire and the tech worked perfectly. So I really, really like it. So you can launch a contract, you can launch a chain. With Halo, you will be able to launch a rollup. So it's just how it's said, it's the best place to launch a chain, Cosmos ecosystem. And a lot of big brands are understanding it right now.
Are there any specific features or modules in Cosmos that makes you really bullish, especially on Cosmos SDK, and any upcoming milestones that Cosmonauts should look forward to?
So one of the recent grants I was mentioning to someone earlier is a DREAP module, which allows for developer incentivization over time. So it's like more of a vesting, contract for people, right? So they can contribute and be rewarded for that. I think it's been a long needed feature because people were requesting funds from the community pool with no skin in the game in a sense, right? So I'm excited about that one because I was kind of leading the RFP for that. Another thing, obviously back in today's we're absolutely obsessed with the OSD module, which allowed restaking. As an integrator, because Citadel.one also has a product, we built our own restaking app, and it was just amazing. As a serial Cosmos staker, it made my life so much better. But I guess governance module doesn't hurt. I think it's been a really interesting feature for the Cosmos ecosystem, and a lot of ecosystems actually are trying to build governance with the same things in mind. I wouldn't say it's the most optimal one right now, but it definitely gives Cosmos its specifics. It gives Cosmos its culture. I think the culture is governance based a lot. So that's 3 modules I'm excited about.
What's your typical day in ATOM Accelerator DAO like, and are there any projects that sort of came to life that you were really excited about?
So the typical day, right, is a lot of talking to people, no matter if it's a conference or it's online work, because we all on Twitter, we have to talk to people, we have to scout for new projects. And a lot of this time is evaluation of potential leads. It's evaluation of the projects that actually applied already. So for public grants or something like that, it's a lot of calls. It's a lot of strategic things. We try to be creative about some things. I absolutely love the team that is contributing to ATOM Accelerator DAO right now. So yeah, it's just like a normal crypto work, more like BD, I'd say, because I don't do any more code or anything like that. So it's BD and contribution, project management. So yeah.
There are a lot of consumer chains that are onboarding using interchain security. What do you think the Cosmos Hub can do more to incentivize more projects to become consumer chains?
So I'm basically against any form of financial incentivization, just pay to build. I believe it makes sense in some cases, right? When you need the functionality the chain supports, but just like, you know, pay consumer chains to join ICS, I don't think it's sustainable. What chains really need, and it happens a lot in a lot of other chains, like, you know, I was talking about OP Stack yesterday, for example, they provide a platform for distribution, right? So I think the best incentive could be that it provides you with users on day one, provides you with marketing, provides you with BD that is very native. And I think that's the best incentive that could be. And also, you know, any other additional things like venture investment could benefit, of course, just to have a skin in the game and alignment since day one. But it shouldn't be like, we pay you, you launch a service. We pay you to use the thing we built. It has zero return on investment, right? So, yeah, that's the incentive we want. But of course, we need to grow the retail part for that.
What do you think is like one challenge that's facing Cosmos Hub in terms of getting it like this mainstream adoption that it really needs?
I think it's the answer that probably everyone who you know, went through this interview gave you, is that we have not a single aligned vision, right? So decentralization at a certain point in terms of management specifically hurts a lot. And that's a cliche, right? It's just like, well, we all understand, but I just say that aloud. But we need a centralized roadmap. We need a centralized team that works specifically on a hub and knows that everyone else working in the same direction. It doesn't matter if it's positioning, if it's a product, if it's just, you know, other marketing, sales. Do we go into private blockchains? Do we go into more retail? Do we focus on ICS and push it as much as we can? Just how Carter said, pick a roadmap. Yeah.
We'll jump into questions about like this rapid fire segment of sorts. ATOM is a token. You want to sell it or compound it?
I'm not selling a 5, I compound. I've been compounding.
Why do you think cosmonauts should hold ATOM?
Why?
Yeah.
Because ATOM has a lot of potential, and I do not believe that we're going any lower.
Who do you think should be the CEO of Cosmos?
Okay, I really like Noam of Binary Builders. Like, he is both like well-rounded in terms of technical side, he's brilliant, and he's a great salesperson, I think. If it's not Noam, it should be someone outside the ecosystem, because maybe we just need a new pair of eyes and a strong personality. So yeah, that's my answer.
Interchain security, do you think it's a safety net or more of a growth accelerator for Cosmos?
I think at this stage, I think it's a safety net, but we are definitely working towards making it accelerator, because, for example, Saeed gave some numbers on how on the day one, if you're launching with ICS, you have like more than 5,000 users, whilst if you just come and launch without no platform to distribute, there's almost no one. So that probably is going good. Maybe we'll do some more things to make it better, but right now it's in between.
Do you think there's a dark horse or underrated project in Cosmos that needs more eyes on it?
I'd say Astrovault. I think guys did a great job. I think they were pushed around quite a bit. I really like the founders. I think Alice has been a little bit undervalued. They can do things better, but they were also really kind of bullish and aligned with ATOM. There's also one that I'm very excited about. I don't think any community members know about it, but it's Plaza, which is a like an upcoming project. ADAO made an investment as well, and I'm very excited about them. We'll see. They just also looking to align with ATOM.
Your favorite interchain wallet?
We do have our wallet. So if I'm excluding conflict of interest, saying it's Citadel.one, I'd say it's Kepler. Kepler is my like home, I always use Kepler, I'm very sticky. So yeah, that's my favorite wallet.
If there were to be one metric you could use to track the growth of Cosmos, what would you suggest it would be?
Maybe IBC volume is a good one, because it shows the real users. Because to use IBC, you actually need to know what IBC is. So far, I think that's the best metric.
That's a good response. Okay. I think that's a wrap. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you.